Good morning, my peeps. How's everybody doing on this Tuesday? Hope y'all are getting your day started, getting your morning going. Hope y'all, I don't know what y'all morning rituals are like as far as getting your day going, but hopefully you're getting it in to go ahead and get on with your day, so that way you can see some things happen. All right. So I want to jump on here real quick and spread some wisdom, as I always do. Free information, nothing to share. I mean, nothing to purchase or anything like that. But I just want to jump on here and just share some knowledge, if you will. So hopefully, whatever I share has some value to everyone. So I'm gonna let Facebook do its thing, if it is doing its thing, and let some folks know that I'm going on live, and we will get started here shortly. All right, let's check this thing out. It looks like we're live. I'm trying to see if we're live. I think it is live. Okay. All right. It looks like we're live. I can't tell with my phone. I'm having some issues this morning with my phone. Oh, we are live. Okay. I'm having issues with my phone this morning. I don't know what's going on. Chantel, thanks for jumping on. Good morning. How you doing? All right. Good morning. Let me send you a wave. All right. I'm gonna let Facebook continue to do its thing and let some folks know that I'm on here live. I won't be long. Carla, thanks for jumping on. And jump on here real quick and talk about a few things. Brian, what's up, man? All right, you from New Jersey, Jersey. Used to hang out at Fort Dix and McGuire Air Force Base all the time during my military years, so I'm very familiar with that area. Actually, I grew up in Mount Vernon, New York, before I moved to Alabama, to be quite honest. So I'm a northern dude converted to a southern dude. All right, we got 4 people on here, so that is enough for me to get started. So for those who do not know me, let me get the intro out of the way. My name is Cedric Jenkins, founder and creator of Your Money Matters. Your money matters because of the fact that you got up this morning and you said, I'm going to earn me some money. Well, you earning it, you should keep it, right? So I like to show people how to keep their money, because see, we all know how to make money, but how many of us know how to keep our money? So I come on here and share strategies and tips to help people keep their money. It's a waste of my time and your time if I'm here just showing you how to make your money, but then the money that you're making, you're not able to keep most of it, right? Okay, so I want to talk about because I'm a big proponent of terminology and perspective, right? And that helps us get clarity when we establish terminology and perspective. All right. So I want to, and this now, I'm not insulting anyone's intelligence here when I go over this. I just want to make sure that we all have clarity on what this is all about. All right. So if you haven't seen the description under the video, it is income and cash flow are not the same. Okay. We're going to talk about income versus cash flow. A lot of us tend to think that income and cash flow are one in the same. I used to think that too, but I'm here to tell you they are different. Okay, they are different. So let's talk about the difference between income and cash flow. Porsche, thanks for jumping on. Anita, Thanks for jumping on. Melissa, thanks for jumping on. Let me send y'all some wave. So again, for those who are just coming on, we're going to talk about terminology and perspective. And what we're going to talk about is the difference between income and cash flow. A lot of people tend to think income and cash flow are the same. I used to think that too, but they are different. Now, when you get a chance after this video, I want you all to go to Google and look up the definition of income and then look up the definition of cash flow. All right. And you'll find out they're not the same, but I'll go over it right here for you all. All right. Income is just basically money that is being received from providing goods or services or labor. Okay. First Lady Nettles, thanks for jumping on. So income, the definition of income is money that is received from someone providing labor. Okay. Okay. So basically work. That's money received. That's income. Cash flow is different. All right. Cash flow is this: the money that is received into your household, right? And then all of your expenses that are paid out, the money that's left over after, the expenses is paid out, that is cash flow. John Lee, what's up, yo? Man, Reg had told me something this past weekend, man, about the kinship, man. We got to have to holler about that, man. I didn't know about that. Long as we known each other. Speaking of the devil, they go Reg right there. So let me go over the definitions again. Cash flow is money or disposable income that is left over after your expenses are already taken care of. Income is simply money that you received in exchange for your time or labor. All right. Or it could be from products and services if you're a business owner. All right. So the two are not the same. See, we don't have a Angela. How you doing? Thanks for jumping on. See, ladies and gentlemen, we don't, and this is something I had to learn too. We don't have an income problem. All right. Because we can go out here and do what we need to do to get income. We can go out here, get a higher paying job to get more income. We can go and start a business to go get income. We can have a second or third part-time job on top of the full-time job to get income. We can just do a simple side hustle for income. So we don't have an income problem. What we have is a cash flow problem. All right. Income is measured in dollars, while cash flow is measured in time. Let me explain. Okay. Everybody pays rent because you got a roof over your head, right? There's a certain day or time that you have to pay your rent. Okay. Now, if the rent is due on the 15th, but you don't get paid until the 20th, you don't have an income issue or problem. You have a cash flow problem because you didn't have the cash flow in time. Let me repeat that. You don't have an income problem. You have a cash flow problem because you don't have the cash on time. And simply when we don't have the cash flow on time, thanks Linda for jumping on. Thanks Donna for jumping on. What's up, man? When we don't have the cash flow in time, guess what happens? Now late fees are going to tack on. Interest is going to be tacked on. Okay. So the lack thereof is going to cost us because we don't have the cash flow on time. All right. So that goes back to the definition. Cash flow is nothing more than money that you have left over, and we call that disposable income, after all of your expenses are taken care of. Income is just money that you received after you have traded your time and labor and efforts to get it. All right. So what's up, Wendy? Thanks for jumping on. Mr. Powers, thanks for jumping on. So we don't have an income issue. We have a cash flow issue. All right. So how do we fix the cash flow issue? Well, we need to have better cash flow management. Well, Cedric, what do you mean by having better cash flow management? Well, let's start off with one thing that we need to look at, and that is the way we pay taxes. Okay. How do we pay taxes? Well, most of us who work for someone, we pay taxes through what we call wages. All right. Now, your tax laws have nothing more than tax code. Our lifestyle that we live on is nothing more than a tax code in itself, even the way that we earn our money. Okay. So starting off with wages. All right. Wages is a W-2 is nothing more than a tax code that sits in a tax law. And what W-2 simply means is wage income is taxed at the highest tax bracket. That's between 28 and 33%. 28%, 26 to 28% federal, and the remaining 3 to 4 is or 5 is on state. Okay, so that's income taxes. All right, but here's the thing: 80%, if not more, of Americans who pay taxes are overpaying their taxes. Okay. Hey, Angela, thanks for jumping on. May, thanks for jumping. Momo, thanks for jumping on. 80% of Americans are overpaying their taxes for the simple reason because of the W-4. The W-4 is the form that you fill out to give your employer to say, to tell your employer to withhold a certain amount of money from your paycheck. But there is no one that teaches us how to properly to fill it out. I know your finance or your human resource department will tell you to put certain things on it, but legally, ethically, and morally, they are not allowed to advise their employees to how to fill out that W-4. I can actually show you some verbiage in black and white from the IRS themselves saying that employers are not legally, they are not advised to give the employees any advice how to fill out the W-4, but they do it anyway. And as a consequence, they haven't filled it out wrong. And when they fill it out wrong, now they're overpaying in taxes. So we educate people on how to properly fill out their W-4. All right. And so when you do that, guess what happens? Now the overage starts showing back up in your paycheck. All right. So that's the first way to increase your cash flow. The second way to increase your cash flow is to eliminate debt. Well, how do you eliminate debt? Well, here's the thing. You got in debt because of your overpayment in taxes. So we fixed that first. Now the money that used to go out to taxes now comes back into your household. Now you got an increased cash flow. Now you take a portion of that, if not all of that, and start paying down or off your debt. Okay? And so when you do those two things, you lower your taxes, then now you take the tax money and lower your debt. Now you 2x'd your cash flow. Okay? The third way to increase your cash flow is minimize your expenses. Well, Cedric, what do you mean by minimizing your expenses? Well, some of us have got in debt because of bad habits. I was one of them. I'm being transparent. I was $50,000 in debt. I had a Navy Federal credit card at peaked out at $20,000, and a USAA peaked out at $10,000. So that's $30,000 between two credit cards. by itself. Sean, thanks for jumping on. Levon, thanks for jumping on. So that's between 2 credit cards. All right. So now I had to look at my spending habits, and I had some bad spending habits. So now when you minimize your expenses, all right, then now you 3x'd your cash flow. Mark, thanks for jumping on. You 3x'd your cash flow. All right. Now, this is nothing about being frugal or anything like that, but you had to ask yourself, Cedric, do you need to go to Starbucks every day? I'm actually still a little guilty behind that. I don't go every day, but I have cut that down. One of my biggest things that I used to do all the time was go to another bank instead of me going, because I bank at Regions, but instead of me pulling up at a Regions ATM, I'm pulling up at a Navy Federal ATM or somebody else bank. But what happens is this: when I pull money out from another bank instead of Regions, guess what happens? ATM fees hit me, and it just don't hit me on one way. It hit me on both sides. All right, from the bank that I got it from, and from my bank saying, well, since you didn't come to us to get your money, since we holding your money, we're going to charge you a fee too. All right. We're going to charge you a fee too. So you can kind of look at your habits, right? And clean up your habits. And just by cleaning up your habits, you can increase your cash flow. Okay. So let me go over that again. The 3 ways to increase your cash flow is 1, minimize your taxes. 2, minimize your debt. And 3, minimize your expenses. And so now when you increase your cash flow, now you have enough disposable income after all of your expenses are taken care of. Now you don't have to worry about those late fees from not having enough cash flow to pay your bills on time. Okay. Remember, cash flow is measured in time. Income is measured in dollars. All right. So, y'all, I just wanted to jump on here real quick and give you some terminology and perspective on the difference between income versus cash flow. Miss Watley, thanks for jumping on. Okay. I just wanted to jump on here and just give you all that terminology and perspective because it was given to me and I had to understand it too. And I thought they were both the same, but don't take my word for it. Go to Google. All right. Go ahead and Google the definition of cash flow and the definition of income. All right. And you'll see there are a big difference between the two. Our whole goal is not to make more money. Okay. It's to increase our cash flow. All right. It's not about making more money. Okay. It's about to increase. It's all about increasing your cash flow. Believe it or not, the money that you're already making is enough. Okay. The money that we're already making is enough. It may not seem that way. Making more money is not the solution. See, the government does that. See, when they have a money problem, guess what they do? They throw money at the problem as a solution. And all you're doing is getting in a bigger deficit. That's what the government does. But that's not how we should do our finances. All right. See, you can make more money. Think about it like this. You have a bucket. Okay. And you're trying to fill that bucket with some water. All right. Now, if that bucket has holes in it, all right, let's pretend that the bucket has holes in it. You got that water faucet on and you got it all the way turned up to where that water is coming out real fast. And you put that water in that bucket. Melissa, thanks for jumping on. You put that water in that bucket. But I don't care how fast that water is going into that bucket. If you have holes in that bucket will never be filled. Why? Because it have holes. Okay. So think of you earning money in that same manner. All right. If you have bad cash flow management, then you will never keep the money that you're earning. You'll never keep the money that you're earning. I don't care what you go do to earn the money. You can go get a second job, overtime, 2 or 3 hustles, 2 or 3 businesses. But if your cash flow management is not intact, you still will not see that money. Okay? So let's get some better cash flow management, so that way when we do earn the income, we'll keep more of it. All right? Even if you was to go win a sweepstake or a raffle ticket or whatever the case may be, whatever that is, that $1 billion mega ticket or whatnot. Yeah, you can go get them millions of dollars, but if you don't have good cash flow management, if you don't know what to do with it when you get it, you'll lose it just as fast as you got it. Think of the millionaires, the athletes, the millionaire athletes. All that money came through their hand, and now you have some of these athletes are broke. That's because of the fact they didn't have good cash flow management. It's not how much money that you make, it's about how much money you're able to keep. And what you're able to keep is what's going to make us wealthy. All right? Hence the reason why income and cash flow are 2 different things. All right. All right. So I hope this was educational, informative. If so, share, like, and comment. But I just wanted to educate our folks about how we can be better stewards with our money. We're all growing. We all still learning. I'm still learning. I don't know everything. I ain't saying that I'm perfect either. Okay. But I'm far better off than I was years ago. Okay. As a person whole, you hear me talk about finances all the time, but it's not just about finances. It's about being spiritual strength, mental strength, physical strength, financial strength. We talking about whole person. Okay. We talking about being a whole person. Our goal every day is to be better than we were the day before in every aspect in life. Okay. Now, of course, you always hear me talking about finances all the time, but here's the thing. I talk about finances all the time because finance is a big problem, whether you're single, married, or what have you. And, we want to get money out of the way as an issue. See, this is not about being wealthy and all this good stuff. This is about getting money out of the way as an issue. So that way we can do things on our own terms. Okay. But right now we dancing to somebody else's tune because of the fact we have money issues. So now when we get money issues out of the way, then now we have the time, freedom, and flexibility to do what we want, when we want, and how we want to do it. Mr. Curry, thanks for jumping on. All right. So I hope this makes sense. So again, if you found some value from it, share, like, and comment. So this is yours truly, Cedric Jenkins, founder and creator of Your Money Matters. Your money matters because of the fact you got up this morning. You left your loved one in the bed. You left your house to go earn money. Why don't you keep it? Let's have better cash flow management. It's not about how much you make. It's about how much you're able to keep. And the best way to keep what you make is better cash flow management. All right. We'll talk at y'all later. Y'all have a blessed one. All right.